Has this been Her Gracious Majesty the Queen's worst ever year? Hi, morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. Now, royal watchers will know, if you're like me, you remember way back, I can't believe it's this long ago, in fact, 1992, when, of course, Windsor Castle caught fire. And we saw Her Gracious Majesty the Queen inspecting some of the debris. I mean, it really was a bad fire. Later on in the year, she described that particular, period in her life, given what she'd gone through at that point, as her worst year. We won't give it the Latin phrase. We all know what it means, don't we? But it does appear that 2021 for Our Gracious Majesty is proven, according to a very good source, to be just as challenging. And that's simply because, when you think about it, she started off the year knowing just how ill her husband of 70 years plus, His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, truly was. And they were able to enjoy that very last special Christmas together. Fast forward, of course, we had that terrible, really terrible sort of put down from Prince Harry against his own family, which I'm also told really shook Her Majesty the Queen, as you can imagine, alongside Prince Charles, Prince William and Camilla. Then, of course, in April, we sadly lost His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh. Since then, she's had to battle isolation and, of course, trying to keep her best foot forward as a monarch. Let's not even gloss over the problems that His Royal Highness the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, has also brought her. So you have to feel sorry for Her Majesty the Queen. Now, a lot of people are speculating the fact that, by pulling out of certain events and all that sort of stuff, just what is the situation with Her Majesty the Queen? Well, what we can tell you as ever is what we get told by the palace. According to the palace, Her Majesty the Queen truly is, of course, taking rest, and rightly so. We won't keep mentioning her age. As I said before, it doesn't matter what age you are, no lady likes to have her age discussed publicly. But when you are our reigning monarch, it's the thing that everybody brings up time and time again. According to a very good source, the bigger problem that they have with Her Majesty the Queen is this. It appears that she finds it very hard to slow down. We know, and we've told you many times here on the show, how she's busy with the government boxes every day, and that does really keep her mind as sharp as a tack. But what she really likes to do is get out there meeting people, seeing her subjects. And for her to remain indoors, if you like, and not being able to go out and see people, visit the charities that are close to her heart, and of course let the rest of the world see that she's still very much our reigning monarch, are something, very difficult for her to work with, comprehend and move forward to. Hopefully, by the end of this situation, at least we will find out whether Her Majesty the Queen will be returning to active duty on Remembrance Sunday in a few days' time. Fingers crossed that she's rested up enough. But as you can imagine, this year has brought unbelievable trauma and, of course, discomfort for Her Majesty. A lot of the problems are to do, of course, with close family members. Nothing to do with burning fires this time around, more like burning bridges. Neil Sean in the heart of London.